Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me for another video. This is Marquita from At Home with Quita, and here's your tips on how to plan a balanced life. So if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. So y'all, today's video is gonna be all about planner sections. I'm gonna be talking you through how to organize your planner sections so that way you have maximum productivity within your planning system. And it really helps you to be able to accomplish everything that you need to accomplish. And for me, I have to split things up into sections. So I'll show you how mine look, and I'll kind of talk you through some things that I keep within each section. I've done several flip throughs of this planner before, so I don't think anything has changed too much. I just changed the cover out. This will come to the shop soon. It's going to be a part of an abstract collection that I created, and I'm excited for that. So I love the cover. I also am thinking about doing or allowing customization. So comment below, let me know if you are wanting to customize a cover with your name on it, like you see mine, then we'll consider adding that to the shop. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, right? All right, so I'm not gonna talk you through every single element that's in this planner. This is strictly about planner sections, okay? Anything you see in this planner is available from Fancy Plans Co. So just know that right off the bat. Okay, so when it comes to sections, you gotta have to determine what sections you need in your planner, and only you know that. And that's gonna be based on your life, okay? So for me, the planner sections that work best are calendar, home, finances, then I have fitness, then I have faith, and then I have personal. So these are all of my side tabs. My planner is pretty bulky, so consider that as well, because once you start adding these sections, you're gonna want items to go within the sections, and that's going to take up space in your planner. So consider that as well. And then I also like symmetry, so I only keep 6 tabs here. If I needed 2 more, I would probably try to figure out either how to condense that section or would add it at the top section, okay? So I do also have top tabs. As you can see, I have work, then I have goals, and then I have inbox, which is here. And then I think I have a notes section back here. No, actually I don't. Let me show you that again, because I feel like I didn't go, because I have my tabs out of order. So this one technically should go all the way in the back, but I have it first because I need to see my work section first within my calendar section, and then inbox second, routines, goals. And all of these are, well, not all of them, but some of them are subsections of my side tabs, because I consider my side tabs like my main tabs, and then any additional like subsections are gonna go within that particular side tab with the top tab, most likely. All right, so let's break things down with what you can include in those sections. So this is my calendar section. So within my calendar section, I like to keep my month at a glance, or my year at a glance, I'm sorry. So you see my year at a glance here for 2024. And within my year at a glance is where I can come in and write in like things at a view, at a glance. Or if I want to come and I want to break down the whole entire year or write in all of my plans for the whole year, I can do that. Or if you want to meal plan for the whole year or whatever, or just, whatever you like to track that you want to be able to be more proactive with. So you could put your year at a glance in your calendar section. Of course, you could put all of your calendars in here. So if you keep a regular calendar, this at a glance page, if you keep like a finance calendar, if you keep a meal planning calendar, if you keep, whatever types of calendars you keep, you could technically keep them in the calendar section. But I like to split things out a little bit differently. So again, you really have to sit down and assess your needs and see what makes the most sense for you. I'm just kind of showing you what makes the most sense for me. Okay, any just like yearly to-do lists I keep in here, because this is all my calendar stuff. Then of course you want to keep your regular monthly or weekly calendar. So of course I've got all of those pages in here as well. And sometimes I like to go ahead and add in the next month, so that way I have it ready for me. If I want to do some pre-planning, I can do that. And so sometimes I'll do that. It just depends, because again, things can get bulky. And so you want to make sure that you are not over adding to your planner, especially if you're a newbie, because that can get a little complicated and that can get overwhelming. And we want you to stick with your planner. We don't want you to stop using it because it seems like there's so much going on, if that makes sense. Also, this is a part of the collection I told you about that the planner cover is going to be a part of. I'm not sure the exact name of it yet, but isn't that gorgeous? This is so perfect to be able to just pop in your week, and then that way you can add little page tabs, you can add sticky notes and things like that, so that way you can see things like within your week without having to add another insert in here. And it just kind of can display any important things. So I keep 2 of these in here. So this gets me to my week, and then this gets me to my work week. And this is also a part of that collection. This is gorgeous. I love this collection. I love anything abstract, if you didn't know that about me. Okay, so these aren't necessarily sections, but they do help me to get to my sections quickly. All right, so the calendar section is really just gonna be whatever calendars you feel like you need. And then also, I would also add your at a glance pages. Again, you could just use one regular weekly calendar, and then you can break down your sections into other parts of your life, like you see that I did. Like, I don't keep my work section in my regular calendar section. This regular calendar section is just for my home and personal life. And so I keep work separate, so that way I could shut it off. I keep work here, and then I can come here for my personal stuff. All right, so let's go to the next section, which is work. I do need to purge out some inserts. So I do keep a few inserts in here as well. And as you can see, I got to get rid of February. And these are some new inserts that I've been trying. These are our new vertical week on 2. I think it's, y'all, I should know the name. It's spanking new. When I say new, it's new. I just designed it a little bit differently than our first vertical week on 2. And so this one just has the dot grid at the top. It's got a little list here on the side. And then of course, if you're a list maker, you would love this layout. And that's why I decided to use it for my work planner, because I like to just make lists of everything that I need to do for that day. Okay. So of course, within your work planner, you want to keep any calendar that you're going to be using for that particular year, or for that particular month. So that's what I have here, and I've got a few months of those, so I can purge out that February and then go ahead and add in April. You also, especially, I mean, it just depends on what type of career you have. You know what type of documentation that you'll want to keep within this planner. You're mainly going to need your calendar. But if you have any project pages, any trackers or anything like that for work, you'll want to make sure that you add those to this section as well. So I've just got some video ideas. I have a system I'm trying to create, a home management system I'm trying to create. I'm going to start doing videos for these things too. And I'm going to just start creating some of these inserts, and then I'll start doing videos on them. And then my hopes is that at the end of the video series, you will have all of these inserts finished for you to have a full home management binder system. I'm really excited about this. This has kind of been in the works for a long time, so I'm trying to take baby steps with it, but I'm ready to get into it. So I would probably have a full separate planner for home management. I would keep some things in here, but this is going to make it easy for you to be able to just have a system for all of those home documents, from meal planning to family documents to money, budgeting, things like that will be all in one system, if that makes sense. Then I like to have my social media tracker. So I keep certain trackers in here too, ideas, things like that. If I was working on a project, I would keep that in this section as well. So it's just, again, all based on your profession. With what you would want to keep in this particular. So let's move on to inbox. Okay, so remember I told you the top tabs are kind of, for the most part, subsections. So I feel like how this works for me is that this is my calendar section, right? So that's my side tab here, calendar, okay? And then within my calendar section, I have my work calendar, I have my regular calendar that doesn't have a top tab, and then I also have my inbox, that's a part of my calendar section, my routines, my goals. All of that, it fits within the calendar section. If that makes sense, again, this was what works for me, but you want to do what works for you. So this is all considered my calendar section. And then we get to the next section right here, which is a main section, because you remember my side tabs are my main, top tabs are subsections of whatever the side tab is. All right, so let's get into the next section, which is inbox. All right, my inbox section is just a place for me to come in and write random things. If I'm thinking about something that's on my mind, I just need to get it out of my head. I'm gonna put it in my inbox. So this section doesn't really require too much in terms of inserts. So I've just got a bunch of our task list inserts, and that's pretty much it. So that way, if I have a random thought, I just need to get it out of my head. I can just come here in my inbox and dump it out. And then from my inbox, I come and I grab it and I put it in the different various sections of my planner. All right, so I would definitely recommend having an inbox section or a brain dump sort of section for you to just get everything out of your head. All right, and then routines. If you're a routine person, you definitely want to have a routine section. And by the way, these divider tabs here, for me, I like to change them out depending on how I feel. Okay, so sometimes I may not feel like I need an inbox section anymore, routines or whatever the case may be. I can peel this sticker off here and I can repurpose this divider tab and make it into something else, which is cool. And so we have a ton of little sticker sheets that have different wording on it based on type. So it might be financial, planning, errands. There's little sticker sheets with about 12 little tab stickers or little divider labels on them that are transparent, and you can use them to change out these dividers as needed. So if you find yourself needing something at one point and then later you're like, you know, I really don't need that, then you can just repurpose that, you know, divider tab and change it into something else. Okay, so just remember that as well, that these aren't concrete unless you get dividers that already have the words on them that can't be removed. That's why I love everything undated, everything kind of DIY, if you will. All right, so next is routines. I'm a big routine person. So I have lots of standard routines in here. I did a whole video on my routines, so go and check that out. I probably will end up doing an updated version of this, just in case you guys are wanting to get, you know, those details again. Sometimes things do change, but for the most part, this is what stays in this section, and that's it. Okay, so routine is pretty simple. All right, goals can get a little complicated because if you're a big goals person, you're definitely probably going to have a lot of different elements in this section. I do keep sticky notes in here, and then I like to have various elements. So I have the goals vision boards for 2024, which I still have yet to complete, you guys. This is just life be lifing, okay? So I haven't written all of those in, but I did write in this goals page. I like this goals page too because it breaks things down by life area, and sometimes this is kind of all you need, you know. So I like to do this every so often because a lot of times for me, I have monthly goals, but sometimes I'll write them just in my planner pages on the monthly or the weekly layout, and this right here is going to take some time, so I don't always have to put one of these in here every single month. So you definitely want to have some goals inserts, whatever that may be for you, whatever that looks like for you, you know, depending on how much detail you want to be able to track, but you definitely need the goals in here. You do. All right, I want to also try the getting things done method. This came in one of our boxes, and then we added this to the shop. If you go by the getting things done method, you're gonna love these. I put them in my goals section because I feel like once I fill this in, I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna need new one of these every single time. I could. I just kind of wanted to just as a goal pop this in here to see if this was gonna work for me. So I wanted to try it out. So that's why I have that there. I also like to have a tracker in your goals section, so I would definitely recommend some sort of tracker for you to be able to track some goals. All right, and that's pretty much it there. Then I have home. You could put things like cleaning, meal planning. This is everything encompassing our home, our household. And it's probably one of the more bulkier sections of my planner. So I just have like cleaning, decluttering. I've got the meal plan. I've got a cleaning routine. So those are all things that you want to add to your home section if you decide to create a home section, and that way you can track recipes. You might also have your kids' schooling stuff in here, which I do. I was trying out just doing a monthly. Well, I'm going to try out just doing a monthly, just to see how that works for me, to just be able to put tests, grades, things like that just on a monthly spread. I'm going to see how that works for me. I do need to purge these out as well. All right. So that's pretty much all that I have in my home section. All right, then I like to have a financial section. Okay, so I have our financial wellness planner in here for the next month. So I'm gonna start tracking in that. And then I also like to have some place to track credit card payments, which is, I'm using this for that. It's not its intended purpose. and then my income tracker. So these are my various income sources, and then just a financial planner. So you want to add that to, of course, because that is the name of the section is finances. Okay. And then we have fitness. Of course, you want to put maybe a meal plan in here. If you're dieting and you're doing a specific diet, maybe some instructions or details on that. Your fitness tracker, you may want to put a full month of fitness planner in here. I just like the food fitness calorie counter because it gives me everything I need for 7 days all on one page. And so that way it doesn't take up too much bulk in my planner. Faith is self-explanatory, just all depends on your faith. I like to have a schedule of things that I'm supposed to do daily, and then any Bible verses or whatever I'm working on in terms of projects or personal study, I like to keep in here. All right, and then personal. Personal is all up to you with what you want to put in here. So as you can see, I've got our self-care inserts in here. And then I like to just keep things in here for reference. So I've had this for years. If you're an OG, you know that I've had this for so long. And this is just all about me, you know, any random things that I want to include in this section because it's personal. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just all about what my needs are, and I can stick anything that I want in that section. And I can work on things as, you know, time progresses. It could be a project I'm working on or just anything that's related to my personal needs. All right, and that is all in terms of my planner sections. Then I like to keep just random fill paper and things like that. Okay, so again, that's what works for me. And these sections I feel are pretty standard when it comes to planning. You're gonna need a calendar. You're going to want to have a work section also, unless you're planning on carrying a separate work planner. So you wanna have that. You definitely wanna have a goal section. You wanna have somewhere where you could do meal planning and track things for home. Of course, a financial section. And everything else is pretty much up to you. Those are my core sections that I would definitely recommend. And everything else is just a matter of preference. And at the end of the day, all of this is a matter of preference. But if you really want to stay organized, I definitely recommend you sectioning things out with divider dashboards. So that way you can work within those different sections depending on what you're doing. And it just helps you to stay focused. As opposed to just having everything all combined within one with no divider tabs. Then I feel like my mind would be jumbled up and it would be less likely for me to be able to accomplish certain things, especially if I'm using a planner system, because my thoughts are not organized here. Because for me, it starts here, and that's why I have to have these sections within my planner. So that's how I have my planner sectioned off. Again, it's up to you with how you want to section yours off. I just wanted to give you some ideas. Again, we have divider dashboards in the shop, so you can go ahead and grab those if you feel like you want to go ahead and set something up similar to this. And then we have about 20 different themed sticker sheets that are just little small sticker sheets that have different words on them to just give you some ideas on what sections you can add. And then you'll just add them to the top of your divider dashboards. We have top and side tabs. So that way you can have somewhat of a similar system if this is the kind of thing you're looking for. All right, so that's it. That is all about sections. Love sections, gotta have them in order to just keep my mind focused on what I need to accomplish and make sure that my thoughts stay organized. So hopefully you love this video. You got a little inspiration out of it. Let me know down below. Do you currently have your planner sectioned off? Also, don't forget, let me know if you guys want me to add customization to the shop so that way you can have your custom name on a planner cover. And maybe we can get that added to the shop for you guys. Just let me know in general what questions that you guys have. I'm here to help you to live your best life and to make sure that you are staying organized, okay? So I hope that you guys will give a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Of course, if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, I want you to come back and catch another video, in which case I'll see you then.